Hello, team, and welcome. My name is Dan McCulka. I'm a part of the HSE team here at Dexter, and today we're diving into Forklift Training 101. Let's get started and make sure everyone leaves here safer, smarter, and forklift ready. By the end of this training, participants will understand what a forklift is, how it operates safely, how to inspect and maintain forklifts properly, safe driving practices, including load handling and hazard avoidance, special considerations for tight spaces, ramps, and pedestrian areas, handling of liquid propane cylinders, and the importance of safety to prevent accidents and injuries from occurring. So why does forklift training matter? So this is simple, because guessing your way through a 9,000 pound plus machine isn't a great plan. Who needs it? So anyone operating a forklift, no exceptions. Why? To keep people safe, prevent damage, and avoid starring in your own incident report. Another reason, it's the law. So OSHA says so, and they're not really known for a sense of humor. So better make sure we follow these rules. Training keeps you sharp, compliant, and way less likely to end up in a fork fail video. Let's keep learning. So now let's talk numbers. Not the fun kind either. Every year, 75 to 100 workers are killed in forklift-related incidents, and 35,000 to 60,000 injuries happen due to a forklift. Man, that's a lot of paperwork and a lot of bandages. The top causes for these type of events, the first being forklift overturns, 24%. So flipping a forklift isn't a cool trick. So we're going to cover some ways to avoid that later on. The next top reason is pedestrian collisions. So it counts for 20%. So people and forklifts don't mix. And then the last of the three is crushing incidents, sitting at 16%. Getting pinned is never part of the job description. So we're going to cover a lot of tips and tricks with how to avoid becoming one of these statistics. So the bottom line, these stats aren't just numbers, they're reminders. Stay alert, follow procedures, and treat every shift like safety is your top priority, because it is. So let's meet the warehouse workhorse, or the forklift, as we all know it. It's a powered industrial truck designed to lift, move, and stack heavy loads, saving backs and boosting efficiency. With forks, a mast, and a serious lifting power, it's no toy. Forklifts can weigh more than a car and handle even heavier loads, so they demand respect and proper training. We'll cover the types, how they work, and how to operate them safely. No donuts and no demolition derbies. Forklifts come in 7 classes, each built for specific tasks. Classes 1 through 3 include electric models for indoor use, riders, narrow aisle trucks, and pallet jacks. Classes 4 to 5 include internal combustion trucks, cushioned tires for indoors, and pneumatic for outdoor terrain. And then classes 6 and 7 include tow tractors and rough terrain forklifts, built for pulling and rugged environments. For this training, though, we'll specifically focus on classes 2, 3, and 4. These are the types used across the Albion Dexter campus. Starting with Class 2 forklifts, narrow aisle ninjas. These forklifts are designed for tight spaces. Think warehouse gymnastics. The specific types, which are also pictured here, include reach trucks, order pickers, and side loaders. They're best for high stacking narrow aisles and precision moves. So some safety tips when working with these: watch your balance. Do not overload to one side, or you could tip over. Go slow, and walls don't dodge. Stay alert, as pedestrians are squishy. That is a joke, but seriously, stay alert. Moving on to Class 3 forklifts. So they are your low lift legends. Electric pallet jacks, or stackers, they do the grunt work on the ground. They're great for moving pallets short distances, and they're perfect for tight spaces and indoor use. No seat, typically, and no steering wheel, just walk behind or ride on. They're simple, efficient, and surprisingly strong for their size. Kind of like the forklift version of a dependable sidekick. And as a reminder, make sure you treat them like real forklifts. They may be small, but they can do a lot of the same things that the larger forklifts can also do. And then the last one that we'll deep dive is the Class 4 forklifts, which are your indoor muscle machines. They're powered by internal combustion and rolling on cushioned tires. Great for smooth surfaces like warehouse floors, strong, reliable, and built to handle heavy indoor loads. Just don't take them off-road unless the manufacturer says it's okay. Those cushioned tires aren't typically built for outside terrain. Think of them as a warehouse workhorse with a little engine growl, powerful but best kept inside. Now, before operating, inspect your forklift. Every shift, no exceptions. OSHA requires it and keeps you and your team safe. Use the company checklist and operator manual for the lift to check key systems like brakes, horn, tires, and hydraulics. If something's leaking, broken, or making weird noises, report it. Don't fix it unless you're qualified. Your inspection helps prevent accidents and keeps maintenance records up to date. So inspect before you wreck. It's the first step to a safe operation. Before getting in the seat, do a walk-around check. Your first line of defense against breakdowns and accidents. Starting with the tires, look for damage or low pressure, especially on pneumatic types. Next, check cables, belts, hoses. Check for cracks, leaks, or wear. And then fluids. Inspect oil, hydraulic fluid, and look for leaks under the forklift. If anything looks off, report it. Don't operate a forklift that's not 100%. Safety starts before the engine does. Continuing on with the walk-around inspection, check the power source, whether it's gas, diesel, or electric. Check for leaks, wear, or loose connections. Strange smells or melting parts, report it immediately. Inspect the forks, mast, backrest, and overhead guard for cracks, dents, or damage. These components do the heavy lifting and must be solid. Make sure the data plate and warning labels are clean and readable. If they're missing or obscured, that's a safety issue. So the bottom line is this inspection helps you catch problems early. Take it seriously, and yes, you can still look cool doing it. After you walk around, hop in and buckle up. Seatbelt first. Make sure it latches securely and isn't damaged. Start the forklift while seated, then check gauges, warning lights, and fuel or battery levels. Flashing lights aren't for decoration. They're telling you something's wrong. Test safety equipment like lights and alarms. If they're not working, you're invisible, and that's not safe in a busy warehouse. Test the controls. Lift, lower, tilt. Make sure they respond smoothly. Labels should also be clear and easy to read. Check the horn. You'll need it for blind spots in busy areas. Make sure it works. Finally, test the brakes by moving forward and stopping. Should feel firm and reliable, not like a thrill ride. Next, check the steering. It should feel smooth and responsive, not loose or stiff. Test the parking brake. Set controls for neutral and check the floor for any leaks. Puddles could mean hydraulic problems. Inspect the exhaust system for sparks, smoke, or odd noises. Anything unusual, be sure to report it. If everything checks out, you're good to go. If not, tag it, keep it out of service. Safety first always. Now, before lifting anything, follow these 3 essentials for safe forklift operation. First, wear PPE. Whether it's hard hat, safety glasses, steel toes, earplugs, whatever, make sure you're wearing it, what applies for your building. Whatever your site requires, it's protection, not a fashion statement. Next, use 3 points of contact. Always have 3 limbs touching the forklift when you're getting on or off. Stay stable, stay safe. And then buckle up. Seatbelts save lives during rollovers. Click it every time you're in there. These basics prevent accidents and keep operations smooth. Skip them and you're inviting trouble. Let's talk about how to drive a forklift like a pro, not like you're auditioning for a warehouse action movie. So the operation basics include steer with care. So rear wheel steering means take wide turns. Know your data plate, which is pictured there on the top left. It tells you what your forklift can handle, amount of weight it can lift, how much it weighs itself, the size of your mast, a lot of different things. Read the operator manual. Yes, really. This should be at all times stored on your lift. Always look where you're going, not where you hope to go. And keep a clear view of your path. No guessing games. Now let's look at driver guidelines. Keep arms, legs, and heads inside the forklift at all time. This is not a roller coaster. No stunt driving. Forklifts don't drift. Don't wrap your head around guards. It's not a hammock. Never walk or stand under raised forks. Gravity does not take break. So never do this. Don't lift people with the forks unless you've got approved equipment. No forklift Uber rides. Stay sharp, stay safe, and keep it professional. Your forklift and your coworkers will thank you. Let's talk about keeping things upright, because tipping a forklift isn't on anybody's to-do list. So know your stability triangle. It's the invisible zone that keeps your forklift balanced. Stay inside it and you're golden. Always keep the forks just a couple inches off the ground when carrying a load. High forks equal high risk. And remember, stable load means a stable forklift. If it looks sketchy, fix it before you move it. Balance isn't just for yoga, it's forklift survival. So forklifts balance on a stability triangle. This is formed by the front wheels and the center of the rear axle. If the center of gravity stays inside that triangle, you're stable. If it shifts outside due to heavy loads or sharp turns or ramps, tipping can happen. Stay stable by keeping forks low while driving, centering and not overloading your load, avoiding sudden turns or rough surfaces, knowing and respecting your forklift's limits. Stay inside the triangle, and then you stay upright. Let's hope it never happens, but if your forklift happens to start tipping, here's what you need to do and what not to do. So wear your seatbelt. It's your lifeline. Hold the steering wheel tight with both hands. No flailing arms. Keep arms and legs inside the cage. Do not try to jump out. Feet flat and press down. This allows you to brace yourself for impact. Lean away from the tip. Shift your weight in the opposite direction to avoid contact with the ground. And remember, jumping out is the worst move. Stay inside, stay strapped in, and ride it out safely. Before you scoop up that pallet, know what you're doing with it, or know how to deal with it. A light balanced load is your best friend. A heavy off-center one, not so much. Check the weight. Is it within your forklift's limits? Is it stable? If it's wobbly, restack it or wrap it up tight. Need a load backrest extension? Use one if there's any chance the load could fall backward. Odd-shaped load? Know how it's stacked and where it's going before you lift. Now look up. Seriously. Watch for pipes, lights, or anything that might not appreciate a surprise forklift hug. Forks wide and low, then slowly slide under the load. If it's stable, tilt it back and lift. If it's sketchy, lift a little first, then tilt gently. Backing out of a rack, go slow and watch your surroundings. Once it's up, lower it to travel height, just a few inches off the ground. No need to parade it around like a trophy. And remember, smooth moves equals safe moves. Plan your route before moving. So watch for people, obstacles, and tight spaces. Stay alert and use mirrors and horns at blind spots. The golden rule here is keep the load low while traveling. Never raise or lower forks while driving. Always give pedestrians the right of way and drive smooth and steady. Safe handling means fewer surprises and fewer accidents. If the load blocks your view, split it. Drive in reverse or use a spotter with clear hand signals. Forklifts steer from the rear, so give yourself space for wide turns. Steering in reverse works opposite. Go slow and stay in control. Watch your speed. Drive cautiously over bumps and around others. You're moving a load, not racing a car. Smooth, steady, and alert. That's how you travel safely. All right, ramps and inclines, where gravity likes to test your forklift skills. Going uphill, keep the load in front of you. Going downhill, keep the load behind you. Always drive in reverse down a ramp with the load, unless you enjoy chasing it. No turning on ramps. This isn't a stunt course. Go slow, stay straight, and keep your forks low to the ground. And if the ramp is slick, steep, or sketchy, don't risk it. Find another route or get help. Forklifts are not mountain goats. Now, before entering trucks, trailers, or containers, always secure the vehicle to prevent movement. Stabilize with chocks or jacks. Inspect for damage or weak flooring. Enter load first for better control. Maintain space to maneuver safely. Monitor conditions. Take breaks if it's hot or cramped. Tight spaces demand full focus, no shortcuts, no risky moves. Operating a forklift is like driving through a video game level. So hazards pop up everywhere. So you got to stay alert. So here are some hazards you need to watch out for. So slippery surfaces, wet, oily, or icy, avoid them or get them cleared ASAP. Loose objects. Loose objects include bumps or dips. These can mess with your steering or even tip the forklift over. Not fun. Hazardous areas or locations. If chemicals are around, make sure your forklift is rated for the job. Know your class and division. No sparks in flammable zones, please. Railroad tracks. Be sure to cross them at a 45-degree angle to avoid getting stuck or bounced around. Another hazard is other forklifts. So keep at least 3 forklift lengths between you and the next driver. No tailgating. Pedestrians. So always yield to pedestrians. Never approach someone head on, especially near walls or racks. You don't want to be that guy that causes a serious issue. All right, time to land the load like a pro. The goal, safe, stable, and not leaning like it's trying to start a conversation. Check the surface. Flat and sturdy is the name of the game. Stacking pallets. Make sure the bottom one isn't busted. And never put the heavy stuff on top of the light stuff. This is not Jenga. Using a rack or loft, inspect it first. Bent beams or broken decking, don't risk it. Be sure to report it. So here's the step-by-step for placing a load. Number 1, step in front of the spot. 2, raise the load slowly to the right height. 3, ease forward with the load up. 4, tilt forward to level it out. 5, place it square and straight. 6, check behind you. You don't want any surprise guests. Then back out slowly. 7, make sure the forks are clear before turning or lowering. And 8, lower the forks before moving again. No jousting. All right, you've done the work. Now let's park this beast the right way. Pick a safe spot out of traffic, out of the way, and on level ground. Lower the forks all the way down. No tripping hazards, no toe smashers. Neutral gear, parking brake on, and key off, in that order. If it's an electric forklift, disconnect the power or plug it into the charger. And hey, don't block fire exits, eye wash stations, or anything with a big red sign. Think of it like putting your forklift to bed. Safe, secure, and not in anyone's way. If you happen to be stepping away from your forklift, if you're within 25 feet and in view, the fork's down, controls in neutral, and the parking brake is set. If you are beyond 25 feet or it's out of sight, shut it off. No exceptions. It's usually safer to turn it off anyway. And always follow company policy for key management. No leaving keys in the ignition. Forklifts, like people, run better with regular checkups. A little TLC goes a long way. So fewer breakdowns, longer life. And hey, better resale value if we ever part ways. Stick to the manufacturer's maintenance and lube schedule. It's not optional, it's smart. Keep records, not just for the paperwork gods, but for tracking performance and issues. When we get to a new forklift, maintenance does a full inspection. Kind of like a welcome party, but with tools. They follow the operator manual to the letter. No guessing, no shortcuts. The bottom line here is take care of your forklift, and it'll take care of you. It's about that time to swap out the LP cylinder. Safely, of course. So here's the quick and clean way to do it. 1, park the forklift and leave the engine running, for now. 2, gloves on. Propane isn't a hand moisturizer, so be sure to wear those special gloves to protect them. 3, close the cylinder valve to eliminate potential leaks and drama, of course. 4, run the engine until it stops. It burns off leftover gas during this process. 5, turn off the ignition. Now it's nap time. 6, disconnect the hose and straps. Gently, not like you're opening a soda. 7, remove the empty cylinder. Lift with care, not flare. Step 8, install the new cylinder. Line it up right. And 9, reconnect, tighten, and check for leaks. There should be no hissing sounds. And that's it. Quick, safe, and no explosions. Just how we like it. So now if an LP valve leaks, if you smell propane or hear a hiss, don't panic. But don't ignore it either. Here's the quick fix checklist. 1, tighten the nuts. Sometimes it's just a loose connection. Or swap the cylinder. If it's still leaking, grab a fresh one. And if that doesn't work, check the hose. If it's cracked or damaged, repair or replace it immediately. No guessing, no duct tape. Solutions. If it's leaking, fix it right. Or get someone who can. Thinking about adding a cup holder or turbo booster to your forklift? Please hold that thought. No mods allowed unless they've been approved by the manufacturer and the company. That includes attachments, gadgets, or anything that changes how the forklift operates. Even small changes can mess with load capacity, stability, or safety systems. And that's a recipe for disaster. If you think a modification is needed, report it. Let the pros handle the approval process. You've now completed forklift training. Here's what you've learned. Forklifts are powerful tools, not toys. Inspections, walk around and seated, are essential before use. Safe operation means smooth driving, proper load handling, and hazard awareness. Stability matters. Stay inside the triangle. Travel carefully, especially in tight spaces and around pedestrians. Park properly and maintain your equipment. Handle LP cylinders safely and avoid unauthorized modifications. Safety is a mindset. Stay alert, follow procedures, and keep the warehouse safe. Forklift safety comes down to staying alert, following procedures, and respecting the equipment. From inspections to load handling and hazard awareness, every step matters. Take care of your forklift, operate it responsibly, and always put safety first. because one mistake can have serious consequences. Thank you for your attention and commitment to workplace safety. By understanding and following the training here, you can help protect yourself and your coworkers every day. Stay safe and don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.